Hello, once again friends, Joe here. Again for another Flash Gala. Middle of the month means new characters to look at. And who knows what we're going to get. We do have a rerun of this at the moment, so maybe we'll get an SSR Yo unit, perhaps. We do have Guild War coming up in like 2 days now, so maybe we'll get something to entice people to spend on the banner for that, but let's just go and take a look. Alright, yeah, cool. That's an SSRO, alright. And then Laguna, okay, interesting, cool. It's always nice to see old SR units getting an SSR. So, oh, there's a Scamcha as well. Let's just check out these weapons first, as we usually do. First up, you have Yo's Dagger. Boosted chargeable on Ogi. Big boost CA damage, boosters, and okay, that's whatever. And then Laguna's Spear. Hit to attack and defense on Ogi. Big boost attack. Medium crit. Supplement crit. Ooh. And it is an FLB. Huh. That might be decent? I don't know. I mean, let's just wait and find out if, like, I don't know, DJ Salt or something uses it in a grid. My gut is that this is probably decent. I'm not sure what the state of crit is in Titan. I don't think it's that much of a thing. At least not like a guaranteed crit. But maybe this does help towards that. Not sure. Anyway, let's take a look at Laguna first. Let's save Yo for a second. So she's Earth, same as her. I believe her SR is Earth as well. Ogi's massive earth damage to foe. Activate Persistent Pierce. So one of her skills, which is their skill 1. Earth damage to foe. Restore caster's HP. Remove 1 debuff. When Omen's recollection level is 10, activates twice. Not sure yet what that is. Skill 2. Earth allies deal triple attacks. Bonus earth damage effect can only be used when Omar's recollection level is 10. 3 turns of guaranteed triples with Ogi with the echoes for the entire team. That seems pretty good. Instant CA standby to caster. Additional effect on Omar's recollection level is 10. CA reactivation 1 time. Okay. So the big question is how easy is it to get these levels? So Omar's recollection level rises by 1 upon taking damage and at end of turn. Max 10. Boost to attack specs based on Omar's recollection level. More likely to be targeted. High max HP. Interesting. Okay. Honestly, fairly simple kit. But not someone you're going to want to use for short battles, obviously. Because you're going to... Obviously, you want to get the extra effects on these, like you don't get the dispel unless you have this at 10. You can only even use this when it's at 10, and obviously you want the CA reactivation there as well when it's at 10, which I'm guessing she starts the fight with none, so that's what, assuming you get hit every turn. Which I know she has high hostility. Don't know how high, but she does have high hostility. That's like at minimum 5 turns before you can really get the good stuff here. And even then, like, I don't think it's not that good. Like, this is nice, obviously, for like burst, but the whole thing about burst teams is that you want to get in and out quickly. Like, this isn't super useful for burst if you have to wait till like turn 6 to use it. Turn 5 or 6. That's like best case scenario. Like, maybe you get super unlucky and she doesn't get targeted at all. So that means it's going to be like turn 10 before you can get 3 turns of guaranteed triples and some echoes. Like, that's kind of whatever. Instant CA standby with activation is nice, but, you know, that's fine. Nothing huge. Like, honestly, like, she's a meh character, to be honest. Like, this is like an 8.5, maybe a 9 if game width were feeling particularly generous. Like, I don't see a situation where I would use her. I mean, I have a lot of Earth characters. Like, if I want to do like triple attacks and echoes, like I have Summer Illnot, so like she would never find a spot in one of my teams. Like, maybe if you're a newer player that doesn't have a whole lot of options, she could find a place. But if you have other options, like, I don't see any reason why you'd want to use her, to be honest. Like, she has, the only thing I can think of that she has that's really useful would be after, like, she's gotten this to level 10, she gets basically a dispel on Ogi. That's basically as good as she gets, really. Because like I said, like, stuff like this, like, Earth has a lot of other options for this kind of burst that isn't locked down to having to wait a bunch of turns before you can even use it. Instant CA standby with reactivation is like, it's fine, it's nice, but it's not like huge. So yeah, it's a shame. Like, I liked her design as an SR when I first started playing this game a few years ago. So it's nice that she got like an SSR, but like, it's like, honestly, between her, Jin, and Hera, like, that's like Earth SRs getting SSRs are just not a very good track record, to be honest. But okay, moving on to SSR Yo, who is now light. Her SR was dark originally. Ogi, massive light damage to foe. Boosted CA specs based on number of tender ties. Okay, skill 1, light damage to foe. Fox Flame. Increases number of hits based on number of tender ties. Max 6 hits. Can't be used without tender ties. Okay, so some nice skill damage there. Especially now that Harmonias and stuff is a thing now in light. Substitute effect of caster. Dodge all attacks from foes. That's not an all ally sub, so that's fine, I guess. Yobi, what is that skill name? Yobi Charcoal. Sharp boosted caster's attack for 1 hit, bonus light damage effect 1 time, consumes 2 tender ties. Okay, so an assassin. 0 turn cooldown, interesting. So it all comes down to this. Low defense and max HP, deal triple attacks. Okay, so she's definitely a burst character. At battle start, 100%. Okay, 100% boosted charge bar, 6 tender ties, boost to attack and damage cap based on number of ties, take a lethal hit without being knocked out, which consumes 1 tie. So I was going to say, like, with this, that means that she could replace Song in a 0 button 3 chain OTK setup. Like, I know, if you don't have... But, okay, so the main reason you use Song in that setup is obviously because as an Eternal, she can have 100% at the battle start with double Huang Long summons, but the main reason that you really want to use her is because she gives 100% crit on Ogi to the rest of your team, so that helps if you're doing like a 0 button 3 chain setup, that helps the rest of your team's damage remain consistent. Whereas without that, you need like a really beefy grid to be able to like consistently, I mean, especially if you don't have like Yukata Namaya, for example, you need just a lot of raw power to be able to do 0 button 3 chain without Song, if you could put her in there. And if you have like a super strong like primal Zeus grid, but somehow don't have FLB Song and the rest of the Eternals for the extra 10% bar, like what are you doing? So like, this is Maybe, I don't know, if you have Yukatanadu as well, like this could maybe work for zero button 3 chain, but I feel like you still want to use Song just for the damage consistency from her giving crit on Ogi. I mean, she's going, and Song as well, especially if you have her like transcended or whatever, she has like a massive damage cap on her Ogi, so she can do a lot of damage herself. Saying that Yo here does have damage cap based on these tender tie things, which she starts with the maximum, so presumably this will be a decent enough damage cap. But she seems more about this. Like this is cool that you can do this basically. What, 3 turns in a row? The only thing is that you can't seem to... There doesn't seem to be a way to actually get more of these tender ties, so I'm assuming you basically just want to use this first to get max hits, then just do this for like 3 turns, get 3 turns of Assassin with echoes, which will consume all her bits, which means you can't take a lethal hit. Use this and then just sack her for, I don't know, a Geisenberger or something, or just someone else. Like, I don't know. She seems decent. Like, she's an assassin character, so she's got that going for her. Especially if you don't have Summer Zeta, who, after her recent rebalance, is really, really strong because she has Assassin and Echoes and Guaranteed Triples and all that good stuff. So yes, she just seems tailor-made for like short fights, short bursty fights. Get some skill damage in, get a couple of turns of Assassin, and then just dip. Yeah, not super busted, I don't think. Like she might have a utility in OTK if in some instances, I don't know. Like honestly, like I think for like 3 chain setups, like you're probably still going to want to use Song just because of the consistency that she brings to the rest of your team with her guaranteed crits. So yeah, I don't know. Remains to be seen. She seems decent. Like I think with the majority of like permanent characters that come out, like she's fine. She's not. I don't think she seems super amazingly busted or anything. She just gets some damage in early and then dip out. So yeah, that's cool. She seems better than Laguna anyway. That's for sure. But that's that. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace out. See you later.